What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do a fragrance Friday where we talk about some beautiful, beautiful fragrances for the fall time. Now, I have a wide range of fragrances and I believe I counted 14, so that'll give you a wide range. Quite a wide range. I have some that are more fruity floral, but have a little bit of depth, so they kind of make me feel like they're perfect for this like late fall winter time period. Then we have some that transition really interestingly in my opinion. So they start off very, very bright, or they start off decently bright and then they get darker and sultrier the longer they're on your skin. Then we have some that I just find full on intoxicating, and like there's literally no other term to say other than these are just intoxicating. And I have gone through binges where I forgot to use my other fragrances because I had these either in a sample or in their current full size. So that really tells you something. And then at the very, very end, if you are somebody that wants something that is extremely unisex, or you are a man watching my videos, those are the two that I would highly, highly recommend. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start off with some of the fluffier ones. And I did spray some of these already on tester strips to remind me of what they smell like, because it has been some time for a lot of these because I purely only reach for these during the fall and winter, and I haven't transitioned my medicine cabinet yet. So I will either have old strips or new strips. But yeah, if you're interested in hearing about some fragrances, then let's just get to it. Santa Claus the Black Man. Santa Claus the Black Man and his handsome, like my daddy too. Santa Claus the Black Man. Santa Claus the Black Man, and I found out that's why I'm telling you. Alrighty, so the first one I picked up from a third party reseller because people were just raving about this last year. I don't know how it's going to fare this year. Is actually from Sarah Jessica Parker's line, and this is Stash. So this, at the point of me really getting into fragrances, was like raved about, and I really, really wanted to get my nose on it. A lot of the like single bottles were going for, I felt, an outrageous price, so I ended up getting like a trio set where I got the lotion and the like body wash or something. I haven't really used the body wash because I only really focus on one body wash at one time, and I haven't just had the time to get to that one yet. And then I also haven't really gotten a lot of use out of the lotion because I haven't gotten a lot of use out of this. I think this is a really, really beautiful, pretty scent. It is quite light. Let me scoot over so you guys can see some notes. It is quite light though, so it's not like a very, very deep worthy scent, but I think this is an easy day scent for the fall and winter. And easily, I think that this could be appropriate for like work or anything where you're in close quarters. Although I don't find that you have to spray a lot. I find the longevity really, really good. Same with projection and all of that jazz. So really, really nice. Once again, this is Sarah Jessica Parker's Stash. These are not ranked. I just kind of grouped them together based on my nose, and who knows, this might be wrong, but this is just, like I said, according to my nose. And I did get a whole pack of tester strips from Amazon in the event that you're like me and you like to sniff a bunch of perfumes. I'll try to remember to actually link that down below, as well as I will do my absolute best to link down below all of the fragrances. A lot of these are still available, so I will link them to like their retailer's site. Next is Ellis Brooklyn's Fawn, and this is one that I picked up after getting the sample set from the brand. I picked up this and another one, and this is really unique. That's why I picked it up. I find that there is like a citrus note, but it's like more of a lime than like a lemon, but it may be lemon. And there's some depth to this as well, which is why I think this is appropriate for fall and winter. Although I don't think it is like extremely deep. I don't feel like this progresses over the day where it has like levels to it. And I also don't think that it's super intoxicating. I think it's a beautiful scent, don't get me wrong, but there's levels. And I did just watch a video where Lauren May Beauty connected this particular scent, or the feel of this scent, to, I want to say, what's her name, Billie Eilish's Volume 2 perfume. So that makes me more intrigued with that perfume. I thought the first one was very, very basic, very kind of what you get from a celebrity scent, but I am very, very intrigued to try the second one. I just haven't gone to my local Ulta to date, but I actually am going tomorrow, and my local Ulta actually has the Billie Eilish line, so I'm very, very excited to smell that one. So once again, that is Ellis Brooklyn's Fawn. Next, but I feel like last in this kind of light, airy range, but still appropriate for fall and winter, I wanted to highlight YSL's Black Opium. Now, this is not a newcomer. I would say out of all of these, this is the one that people have been talking about for eons now, but I just got around to getting a full bottle because at the beginning of my journey, I felt like there was nothing special, nothing really unique with this one. And I will admit, this one does smell similar to Fawn. So if you have one, you probably don't need the other. I ended up not really buying this. I got this through the Sephora kind of perfume samplers. And so I just renewed it for this. I really do like this. I've gone through quite a few samples and tester or travel sizes of this. So I'm very happy to have a full size, and I'm sure I will be getting a lot of use out of this. I think once again, this range is perfect for somebody who wants something that will be accommodating for everyday life and then also for like potential work life. I don't think that any of those three scents will be annoying to your coworker or anything like that. I think they're just nice, simple scents. If you want something that is elevated past what's it called? Those skin scents. These are definitely not skin scents. You definitely do smell them. Another very, very popular and hyped up, I feel like, scent last year, for me at least, was Juicy Couture's Majestic Woods. Now, I did have to get this through Fragrance Net, but no sweat about that. It is a very reputable site, and I've bought way too many from them. Honestly, like pretty much half of my collection is from that website. Anyways, this is where we start to get into the deeper, slightly deeper scents, but I really wanted to highlight these three next scents because they, I feel like, have an elevation or a progress throughout the day. Now, there is one that I put in the like it is intoxicating range that I find is very similar to these three as well, but that one's more intoxicating than these three. These three, to me, I just feel like they evolve and they definitely change throughout the day, especially on my personal body chemistry. I really love Majestic Woods. It comes with a fruitiness to me, but there is definitely a lot of depth in there. And I find that just throughout the day, some of that fruitiness kind of dies down and you're really just stuck with that depth and that musk and the yumminess of this scent. So very, very happy to have this scent. Highly recommend. I got a lot of use out of it last year, and I can see me getting a lot of use out of it this year, and hopefully for seasons to come. Next is one I had to spray because this is quite new to me. I did just recently test this as the sample and pretty much immediately picked it up because I got a wicked deal on it. So this is France Dubois collaboration with Demi Rawling, and this is Munit e Demi. This is really, really interesting. I find that on a paper strip, you don't really get the evolution that you do, at least on my body. On my body, I find that the beginning is quite light and airy in a sweet, kind of juicy, fruity scent, but it evolves into a deeper, sultrier, kind of sexier scent throughout the day. So this is definitely something that, like I said, it's a more of evolution scent. I think if you put this on at the beginning of your day, but you also have like a date at the end of a work day, I think this could be a beautiful scent that will transition throughout the day with you, and then you can kind of top off right before you leave for your date as well. I think this is just a really, really beautiful scent. And once again, does it smell unique? Maybe not. I think that to my nose at least, there are a couple of their scents that are very similar, or I kind of have a scent memory attached to this one, but very, very happy to have it in my collection nonetheless. And I still have the box and everything because that presentation is on a level I just can't tell myself to throw that box away. I can't. So The newest newcomer to this collection that I'm going to be featuring today, actually, its sister, I bought it at the same time. Anyways, though, I've already got a dent in this, and this is Vanilla Royale from Kayali. So this is her latest launch, and this is her Vanilla Patchouli. Now, I know a lot of people thought that this was going to be a deeper version of Vanilla 28, and I'm so happy that it is not. Now, I said in my latest video, I think it was my latest must-have Miss Gag, that this comes off very, very sweet to my nose. At the beginning, it smells so sweet that it's like a honey, but I understand now it's like that sugared vanilla or sugared patchouli going on that I am like kind of immediately attacked by. Not a bad thing, just what happens to my nose. Then throughout the day, though, I find that it definitely gets less sweet and it definitely gets more sultry. You left with that patchouli, you're left with those dark woodsy notes, and that's where you go with this scent. And for that reason, I think that this is an easy scent that you can wear once again throughout your day to evolution with your work appropriate kind of smell all the way to a date worthy smell. And then I also just think that it's deep enough, it has enough woods, all of that jazz to really work beautifully in the winter and also in the fall as well. I know that I'm going to be probably titling this fall scents, but I find that you can wear a lot of scents in the fall that you can wear in the winter as well. And so that's why I've been kind of going interchangeably throughout this whole video. So yeah, those are the first two categories. Now the category that has the most is of course the intoxicating scents, the scents that I just cannot get enough of. And let's just go ahead and start off with the newest newcomer to this collection. And like I said, this is the sister to the one that I just talked about. And this is Kayali's Love Fest. I am so happy that I waited to pick this up. I did pick this up during the Kayali sale. And at the time of this video, that sale is no longer. This scent. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, there isn't too much depth, especially on initial impressions. And this does smell in my nose a little bit more artificial cherry, which I appreciate. I actually prefer this more artificial cherry to another scent that I feel has a more authentic cherry note going on. But what I love about this is that it deepens up slightly with those boozy notes. And I think there is some wood in this as well, where it just evolves into something that I just can't get enough of. Now, I do know some people find that this does not have very much longevity and that this is not a favorite for them. To me, this has quite a good longevity, if not one of the best, in my opinion, on my skin with this range. And I just love it. I find that it does evolve, but it has something to it. The cherry note in this to me is just so intoxicating that I went through that travel spray bottle way too quickly. And I'm worried I'm going to do the same thing with this, but that's not a bad thing, right? That means I'm getting use out of my money, the products that I bought. And yeah, highly, highly recommend if you're able to get still the sale. For whatever reason, I would recommend it, but typically Kayali and Huda Beauty are really good at removing those sale opportunities as soon as the period is over. Another scent that I find is highly intoxicating and it's just really, really good is from Nishane, and this is 100 Silent Ways. Wait, it's from, I said that backwards, but you guys got me, right? Okay. Anyways, here's the scent. Ooh. Okay. This is a sweet, sweet, sugared, vanilla type scent going on at the beginning. I find that there is a little bit of citrus stuff going on too, but there is a depth that you do not get until you let this sit on your skin for a couple of hours. But once that depth hits, it's something to behold. It really, really is. And this to me is so intoxicating that this was one of my first kind of major spending when it comes to fragrances because I just had to have it. It is just so, so good. I could not pick this up. That literally was how I felt when it came to this scent. Highly recommend this scent. And honestly, if I had to say pick something from any of my categories, I would say find something from this third category and run with it. Run, do not walk. Next, another intoxicating one I picked up last year is from Givenchy, and this is Litidit. So I talked about this in comparison to, which one did I compare? I think I compared it to Love Burning Cherry from Kylie. This is so good, so good. It smells like a drunken Coke bottle, but in the best possible way. I don't even know how else to say. It smells so good, but I do get a liqueur type. You can smell that liqueur note, but there also is something there that makes me think that this is Coke. Like, just the note smells like Coke. It smells so good. Last year, this was a go-to for me, and I cannot wait to really go in on this one as well. I will say that this is a little deep for this to be like a daily wear. I definitely think that this is something that you should really stick to wearing at night, because I don't find that this evolves throughout the day. It just deep and sultry and intoxicating. I lost my stove. It's so good. I would highly recommend it, but just know that, like, I think that is purely a date night or kind of out clubbing type night scent, and definitely not like a day appropriate scent. Next, let's talk about YSL's. This is the intense version of Libre, and y'all, I smelled this, I want to say during the summer, and I couldn't justify picking it up then, because I knew that this would be the scent that I had to pick up for fall and winter this year. And I'm so happy I did. This definitely has a lighter, kind of fruitier, juicier front notes and all that jazz. But to me, it's just so intoxicating, so inviting. There's something going on here that just makes me want to come back time and time again. And that's why this is not in the fruity note kind of category, and it's in this intoxicating category. You can see literally every strip in this category, I'm like keeping it up to my nose because it's so good. They're so good. And I just keep wanting to put them on and keep them on. And I feel like if I had to guess, one note that is carried throughout all of these is some form of liquored note, which is very interesting. I should dive into that if that is accurate, because I want to say all of these have some form of liquored note that really keeps me intrigued and invited. And one thing about liquor, especially if you're like a cooker and you know that you cook with it, it like burns off and it gives you this sweet taste that you otherwise don't get. And it's just, anyways, the next one I want to talk about is Calvin Klein's Obsession. This is what made me think I loved ambers. Now, I don't know if this is a special type of amber. I still haven't really delved too far into the note of amber, but woo, baby. Now, this I would say definitely leans a little bit masculine. Not a little bit, it definitely leans masculine. I'm pretty sure this is actually targeted towards men. But y'all, this ambery, sultry type, it's just, ooh, it is something. I got so much use out of this last year. Loved it to death. I probably oversprayed it because it just smells so good. I absolutely adore this scent and highly recommend it. I got it for like $20 on Fragrance Net. It's just, it's the amber. It is the amber note that is bringing me back to the scent time and time again, and I just can't get enough. I cannot get enough of that scent. Highly recommend getting your nose on this. I know that this particular scent is available in like the Calvin Klein sampler sets that Sephora carries right now. So if you don't want to buy a full size, and if you also are intrigued by the rest of their range, I would say check that out. But I haven't tried any other product from that range fragrance wise, just that one. And I absolutely adore it. The last one in this intoxicating range that I highly recommend, of course, had to be a Killian scent, and this is Love Don't Be Shy. Now, this is a scent that I got my coworker hooked on, and I don't think she ever picked up the full size. I know the last time she picked up a full size, it didn't work out, which sucks, but I think this one she never got around to it. Now, this is another fragrance to me that reminds me of Coke. I don't know what it is. It gives me a Coca-Cola type vibe, but there is liquor in this, which I love. It gives off a very sweet scent, which is not nearly as sweet as this sugared patchouli. This is on another level, okay? But there is that sweetness in there from that rum. I think it's rum in this one. And it just overall smells so good. I find that this is another one where you really can't trust the strip. You really have to put it on your body because your body warms it up and just brings out the rest of the notes that it does kind of evolve throughout time. I find that this does lose a little bit of its sweetness throughout the day, but this was just one that I had to splurge on. I believe I bought that during a sale, and I don't remember which sale. It's all blurring together, but I am so happy to have that in my collection. I went through like 2 or 3 not travel testers before I finally pulled the trigger on that one. So now we're done with our intoxicating range, and now we're into the 2 unisex and dark kind of sultry scents that I have in my collection that I think are winter and fall appropriate. So first is this one. I don't know how to say either of the names. It's a la Extreme Ankar Nori by Lali Kwe. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I just know the scent, okay? This is quite deep on initial application. Quite deep. It's already kind of calmed down in this strip, which I am happy about. I believe there is some oud in this and some muskiness as well. There are definitely a lot of woods in this as well. And this is quite deep. Like I said, you're not going to get any fruitness in it. You're not going to get any vanilla, none of that. This is only depth. And I like that on occasion. I also think that this balanced with like vanilla 28 from Kyali would be beautiful, specifically if you don't want something that has no sweetness to it. I don't think this has any sweetness to it. So do not get this if you want even a drop of sweet. No. You're not going to smell that, at least not from my nose. I do appreciate having this in my collection, and I do get use out of it on occasion, but in the grand scheme of things, I think that's a bottle that I will still have a full good amount when, the good Lord texts me. Anyways, the last scent that I want to highlight today is from Tom Ford, and this is ombre leather. Now, I find a lot of women who like unisex scents have this. This is another one of those scents that I actually did not pay for. I got this through the Sephora sampler set, where you basically get like a set for like 70 something dollars. And I always get them during the VIP sale, so I get them for even less. And then you can redeem it for a 1 ounce. This is the 1 ounce that I redeemed it for, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. And this is still as beautiful as it was the day I redeemed it. This is literally leather smoked in the best possible way and genuine leather. And I think I should have realized that Tom Ford, their scents are so expensive, because I feel like they do so far, from my understanding, they do really good at getting the actual notes true to what they smell like in real life. So ombre leather literally smells like smoked leather goodness, right? Their cherry scent literally smells like legit cherries. And we can talk about that in another video, but that's literally why I don't like that scent. I don't like the taste or the smell of authentic cherries. So why did I buy that? The world may never know. But I'm going to get some form of use out of it. I got to, because that was not cheap at all. But anyways, this is a really, really beautiful scent. This is one of the 2 scents from Tom Ford currently that I have that I love. The third one, as I just said, not so much. But this rounds up my review, my display, if you will, of fall winter scents. Like I said, I grouped them in a way that I hope was helpful. So the first 3 were really talking about the sweet ones that have a splash of some depth. Then the second group really was all about the transitioners. You smell them like one at the beginning, and then at the end of the day, they smell like something completely different. You still get the essence of that first impression, but you really see it devolve and evolve in different ways. And then the third category was the intoxicating category. I can't get enough of them personally. Highly recommend navigating into that range if you've tried one or if you are interested in any of them. get your nose on them. And then the last range is the very much unisex, kind of deep, sultry. You not really getting no vanilla, no sweetness out of that. No, those are the days where I want to be okay. I'll reach for those. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun sniffing, remembering, bringing those memories back to me about last year and the years before, playing with all of these scents. Definitely let me know down below if there's a scent that you have that you think I would enjoy based on the scents that I talked about today. And with that said, I will see you guys in my next video, which is going to be very, very soon. Bye guys.